All right, guys, welcome back to another video with Carl's Garage, and today we are going to be grabbing some parts for my new project vehicle. Oh, dang it, I need to turn out this light. Yes, so we are grabbing some parts for my new project vehicle. Well, actually, we just picked this up because I'm actually too big for the Lexus. So if you guys don't already know, we have the Honda. We have the Honda here. And this right here is part of the Carl's Garage Flip program, where I teach you guys how to flip your cars, specializing in Kias and Hyundais. But we picked up this Honda. We couldn't resist it. Great car. But again, if there was an engine issue, we would have to replace it. If you buy a Kia or a Hyundai with the KSDS, or even without it, but with some engine issues, and you get that free engine, you get a very cheap car, and this way you can keep getting your engine replaced. And then if you want to flip it, you put that value into it. But today I need to actually we just picked this up yesterday, and I need to get a coil pack because cylinder 8 is out. I think they did all the spark plugs and everything, but they didn't do cylinder 8 because it's very hard to get to. Just drove this thing 7 hours. This thing's fully loaded. It's right under a Denali. Got this thing for 10 grand. 10 grand out the door. Got it. It was too big of a deal to pass up. Great brand new suspension, brand new everything. Let me show you guys. I don't know if you guys can see that back there. Brand new suspension. They did a number on this thing. So I got to go pick up a coil pack again. It drove 7 hours from Oklahoma all the way down. So now we're going to jump into the Honda and go get some parts for it. All right, if you guys don't know, we actually have some idle issues, and I figured out the other day that the issues with the Honda are a throttle body. So I just need to pick up that. But first thing I need to do, because I need to get this registered tomorrow, and I need to get an inspection. Here in Texas, we only have emissions. And what I don't want is to get all the way to the inspection place and they tell me that I failed because it's not running properly or whatever. Again, it drove 7 hours, no problem. For the first 6 hours, it was driving fine, and then at like the last hour and 30 minutes, I got a code. I got a flashing check engine light, and then I plugged in my scanner, and I'll put that scanner. It's a really good, cheap little scanner. I'll put the link in the description down below. Plugged it in yesterday, and I plugged it in this morning, actually. Plugged it in this morning. Make sure I'm in drive. Make sure I don't hit anybody. This thing doesn't have a backup camera. And the power steering is out too. So I plugged it in this morning, and it was like cylinder 8 misfire. So I was like, okay, I kind of figured that's what it was. That's something that happens with a lot of vehicles, especially with high mileage. So it's something that you can expect, but I searched around. I was gonna go ahead and find, actually I did. I found a whole set, wires. Let me turn down my AC, it's kind of loud. I found wires, all 8 coil packs and spark plugs for $160 from AC Delco, which I've seen everywhere, like pretty good. People recommend that brand, seems pretty good brand. I've used AC Delco in the past. So for $160 for all that, I was like, that's perfect, because this one coil pack here is gonna cost me $40, but I need it now. If I didn't need it now, I wouldn't buy it, but I need it now because I only have 10 days to register the car from Oklahoma in Texas, and I just want to get it done. I got a lot of driving I have to do in the next few days. So that's why I was like, you know what? I'll just spend the $40, spend the $160 later, and I'll just have me an extra coil. Because I don't have to put all 8 of the AC Delco. It's not going to matter. So I'll just have an extra coil. This way, if something ever goes wrong with it, I could just swap it out, or say these eBay AC Delco coils don't work, I can just swap it out, no big deal. Oh, you know what? I actually have a sunroof. Yeah, there we go. Brighten it up in here a little bit. So I probably shouldn't do. I'm gonna bake myself. But yeah. So I'm gonna head over here, pick up this piece for the Yukon. Again, guys, we are putting our money where our mouth is. I'm finding these deals. It just doesn't make any sense for me to turn them down. Even regardless of the miles and everything, that before I bought that car, I looked up the Carfax, in which they were very transparent with everything. Like the Carfax was perfect. I think it was a coach that owned it the second time. I think there was a previous owner, but there was a coach that, hold on, give me 1 second as I try to pull that here. There was a coach that owned it all the way up until when he traded it in a couple weeks ago. And he did everything, like everything, except for like lower ball joints. Everything else is all brand new. You look under the engine bay, you can see everything is replaced. There's some dings and dents, but 10 grand for a 2016 Yukon XL, leather seats, sunroof, TVs TVs in the ceiling. That 5.3, that LT is, a dime a dozen here in Houston, Texas. If anything were to ever go wrong, I could buy one $1,300 and have it swapped out, $1,500. I can get a motor for $600, pay a guy $600-700 to swap it out. Super easy. Those things are a dime a dozen. So that's why it was too hard to pass up. Again, we also need a bigger vehicle. We've been driving the Lexus, just saving up money, just having one car. And then we struck first with the Honda. It was like, we got to get it. Chelly really liked it. It's a great little gas, even though it's a V6, still gets really good gas mileage because it's so light. $20 fills this thing's up for our gas. We have $2.40 gas, so $20 will fill the tank up. In fact, I gotta go get gas over here today, and then I'm ready to go. I can drive anywhere. The throttle body, I'm gonna go through this. I'm gonna mint this out. I'm gonna mint out the Yukon, and then if you guys are interested, or I don't know which one I'm gonna list because Chelly wants to keep both. Sorry guys, I'm still battling. I'm still healing from COVID. You guys know that COVID is really, I'm like a high risk COVID person, so I no longer have it. As you can see, I sound pretty good, but it always leaves me with a cough for like 30 days. But yeah, so luckily this Napa Auto Parts, they had this coil, but yeah, so I'm gonna buff out the hood. Chelly wants, I forgot what Chelly wants. Chelly wants something. I think we're gonna do something else cosmetic to it. Oh, I'm gonna black out all the chrome. I'm gonna de-chrome the whole thing, get it up to value, mint it out, same thing, mint out this Honda, and then just keep doing videos showing you guys, because I think Chelly wants one more vehicle. She wants like another small, like newer sedan, something that we can just drive around in, or like something like the Lexus. That's what she wants. She wants something like the Lexus, but cheaper. So like either like a Sonata, not a Sonata, either like a Tucson or a Sorento or something like that. So not as big as the Yukon, because that's really big for her. That's really more for me. And then like a small SUV or like a small car. That's something that she wants. So yeah, I'm gonna show you guys. Like, don't be surprised if you see a $700, $800, $900 Kia Optima or Hyundai Tucson on our channel and be like, what the hell? Why are they buying all these cars? Because I'm learning from all the guys that I watch. They buy cars from the auction, or they buy them very cheap, Facebook Marketplace, stuff like that, and they're flipping them. They're killing them. They're flipping it. They're way undervalued. They have zero car notes, because that's another thing that Chelly and I are on for 2025 and 2026. Zero car notes. We want no more car notes. We want to own everything, all of our vehicles, and we also want to be positive. So we don't want to be in a car to where like it's not worth more. I mint out this Honda. I know I can get $3,500. I paid $24,000. I know I can get $3,500 for it all day here in Texas. That's not a problem. That's not because one, it was it was a Utah title. I've done all that, so I know I can make, and on this Honda with this many miles, you can't look to make $5,000 profit. A little $500, as long as you don't take a loss, that's good, especially for content, because us content creators, we make, especially Carl's Garage, as I'm separating, still doing a lot of straight out of content stuff, but for Carl's Garage, I'm separating, just like Rich Rebuilds. He's separated because our main channels, YouTube changed a lot, and our main channels don't like a lot of stuff. So Carl's Garage stuff, automotive stuff, does do pretty well on straight out of content, but it's doing way better on Carl's Garage channel. But make sure that you subscribe to both. But for us content creators, we need something that we can keep fixing and doing for you guys, so that you guys can learn and like the content. And then we're also learning as well. We're always getting into new projects that we've never touched before, and then we're learning, as well. I've never had a newer model GMC or GM product. I've never had one. I have had a Honda before, but it was I actually had this model, but it was a 4-cylinder. I actually did a video years ago on the power steering pump, and it did really well. I think that was one of the first Carl's Garage videos that I've ever done. I don't even know if it's still posted. I think it might be on his channel, I don't know. So I'm gonna keep doing a lot of Carl's Garage videos, and periodically on Straight Into Content, I'll tell you guys, hey, here's kind of an update video, head on over to Carl's Garage. But all the primary videos will be here on Carl's Garage. So we're almost here to Napa Auto Parts, which is an auto parts store I grew up with in upstate New York. I never went to ever, not once, an AutoZone or an O'Reilly's or anything like that in upstate New York. It was either the junkyard, because I lived right near a junkyard, or my dad would always go to the junkyard, or Napa Auto Parts. They're everywhere in upstate New York. They're like Stewart's. If you know, you know. So we're almost there, and then I'm gonna pick up this coil pack, come home, knock it out so that I can get it registered and everything tomorrow. All right, guys, so we are here at Napa in the country. We're in Tomball, Texas. It is country as hell out here. Now let's go inside, let's see what they got. All right, so we just picked up the part here at our local Napa. It's heavier than I thought. This is it. If you are working on a GMC Yukon 2016, this is the coil. So it cost me $42.21, but now I'm gonna go home, swap it out. Let's see if we can get rid of that cylinder 8 misfire code. All right, guys, so we are home. I got the piece, but before I jump in and change the the coil, I'm gonna swap this out. This is how I got the key. So I got this, I ordered it from Amazon. It came in today. So I'm gonna go ahead and swap this out, show you guys how to do that. All right, so this is the new key fob right here. I'll twist this open, slide this out. This is what it looks like. Well, this is what it should look like. And then it's gonna come like this. So I'm just gonna swap all the guts. Just want to see how this comes apart. Okay, so it just slides up. So this just slides up. After you take the key out, this obviously isn't the right key. So they just give you a little blank key. I might just keep everything and just swap this face over. Yeah, that's probably what I'll do. So I'm gonna go ahead and do that now. All right, so it took a while. I had to use this right here, kind of jam it in here and twist, kind of twist the key, and then it's finally gonna come up. I'm gonna open this up with two hands so I don't spill everything everywhere, but that's what you're gonna have to do. All right, so this is the old one. I don't need to keep it. I am gonna keep the original back. I'm not gonna go to this one because it doesn't say GMC on the back. So I'm gonna keep the original back. Go ahead, close it down. I already put everything on top. So I'll kind of show you guys. Underneath this is the battery. All you gotta do is place this on top, close it together. Be careful not to push on the buttons because as you're doing that, you're gonna be unlocking and locking your car. So you just wanna kind of push it together, make it click. I'm gonna try that with two hands. All right, that was a lot harder than I thought. It would go down on one side and then not on the other. It would go down. So I finally got it though. So now we're gonna go outside. Let's see if it works. All right, so now let's see if it works. Unlock, lock. Perfect, it works. I ain't gonna press nothing else because I don't need anything else. Go put the key down, unlock it. I do plan on getting new headlights too. So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna pop the hood and then we're gonna get underneath it and we're gonna change out this, you know what, should I pull it in? Yeah, I might pull it a little closer and then we'll pop the hood and then we're gonna get to that coil. All right, so now we are here. I got it all lifted up. I actually pulled it in a little bit to my garage. I have the coil pack right here. Remember, it's cylinder 8, so it's all the way back there. I'm gonna try to do this as best as possible for you guys to get this close-up view, so this way you don't miss anything. Or if you have any questions on how to do this, if you also have the same vehicle, it's pretty easy. Well, it should be pretty easy. You know, nothing is ever easy in automotive. Anything can happen. So I'm gonna try to get over there. It's kind of dark. It's kind of dark, but this thing is underneath a cover. I'll try to show you guys this cover right there. Can you see? Yeah, this cover right here. There's this plastic cover right here. Damn, the side of this thing is hot because it's been sitting in the sun all day. I'm rubbing up against it. I'm burning myself. So I gotta remove this cover first, and then I can see all the coil packs, but it's way back there. So it's definitely gonna be the most difficult. First thing I need to do is remove this right here. And there's another one. It actually goes down a little bit further right there. So this whole piece, I need to remove that. So it's just these little clips, push in, pull out, super easy, one hand. All that dirt in there, I'm gonna clean all that out. So in Oklahoma, I learned this while out there. They have red dirt. It's the oddest thing I've ever seen before, but that's what they have. They have red dirt. So all this stuff that you see is not clay, it's not rust, it's red dirt. So but it's all in here. You don't want that going down in there. So I'm gonna clean all this out, probably use some, I don't even know if brake cleaner would be too tough. Twist this, you can feel it coming, okay. So it only goes on one way, but look at all that dirt in there, super nasty. Oh, let me show you guys the part number 2. Make sure this goes on like this. This way we don't mess it up, so this goes on like this. This way I don't forget, because I will forget. And then this is the part number that I picked up. GM genuine parts right from Napa. So that's the part number, picked it up. There's actually another brand out there, but this is the one that Napa had. So if you're looking for these types of parts, check Napa, because they probably have the same genuine parts. Now that that's off, I should be able to just pull up on this thing. It's held in by some clips. See, you can hear them pop. I usually don't see these. Anytime I've ever seen an LT or an LS, you can see the coil packs. Even in, you have this cover, but usually you can see the coil packs. That's weird. I'm gonna need two hands to get, maybe I don't need 2 hands to get the back. I just don't wanna mess with these lines. You don't wanna mess up those lines. So I'm gonna use 2 hands to get this whole thing off. Again, this is why they say this side is the worst, especially some people actually take off this wheel, the passenger wheel, to get in there. I'm not gonna do that, but I am gonna start to move these hoses a little more aggressively, because I'm babying the vehicle, but sometimes you just gotta get in there and yank up. All right, so I finally got it. I had to get a stool to get up higher into the engine bay. And then I had to disconnect the cylinder 8, because with it on, this stupid thing does not want to slide out. This also gets in the way. So if you want to just remove this whole thing, sliding out is a lot easier. I was able to twist it and pull it out. So it's definitely not easy. I mean, I'm not gonna say not easy. I guess that's easy once you do it, but you can make your life a lot easier if you disconnect this. I don't like doing that, because then once you start disconnecting one thing, then you go to put it back, then next thing you know, I'll have mass airflow sensor issues or something like that. So got this thing pretty much out. Let me know down below, because I know this is here for a reason. I'm sure the heat without this could potentially make the coils go out faster. I don't know, let me know. But as you guys can see, all that red dirt in there, I'm actually gonna get a little brush, wipe all that off. But the coil is way back there. You can barely see it. There's 1, there's 2, there's 3, and there's 4. So I'm gonna clean up everything. I'm just gonna use a little paintbrush. My valve covers look good, and kind of clean all that. All right, so what I'm gonna be using to clean that up, I'm gonna dust everything off as much as possible. Then I'm gonna go ahead and use this piece right here. I'll put a link in the description down below to this, and blow everything off. I gotta loosen up the dirt first with the brush. All right, now I'm gonna see, it's all clean in there, a lot better. I'm gonna see if I can actually reach and pull that coil off back there. You can barely see it. I can get to the 2 10 millimeter bolts. I'm probably gonna use a little ratchet wrench, but I don't know if I have enough room between the coil right there and these hoses right here, these aluminum hoses. This one has a little dent in it, probably designed for that. So we're gonna see how difficult it is. All right, so I've got a 10 millimeter ratchet wrench, and then a traditional. So it's gonna be by hand. You're really gonna need hand tools, but these 2 right here should do the job. So the firing order, if you don't know, on the left side is all odd. The right side, the left side, passenger side, is all even. So it's 2, 4, 6, 8. The right side is all odd. It's 1, 3, 5, 7. So this side, 1, 3, 5, 7. This side, 2, 4, 6, 8. Super easy. Sorry, I'm all in your guys' way. Hopefully you can see better right here. Yeah, so I'm right there in the back. Hopefully I don't lose this nut or screw, because this didn't come with another one. This didn't come with screws. Luckily, it looks like a clear open path to the ground. That would be great. I really am dreading putting this thing back. Let me know in the comments down below if I should put this thing back. I don't think I should, but I also don't want to cause any more issues. Like I said, whenever I do plan to do, since one coil's out, the kind of rule of thumb is that the rest are on their way. I don't know how old these spark plugs are or coils are. There is a lot of, got one out. There is a lot of, just put that in there. A lot of new parts on this thing, especially here in the front. There's a lot of new parts. I'm looking at tensioner pulleys. I'm looking at suspension, battery. It looks like I said, it was a coach who owned this vehicle for pretty much all of its life in Oklahoma, driving back and forth to games and stuff. And it looks like he took very good care of it and had a lot of stuff done to it. These coils don't look crazy old. The spark plug wires, everything does look sort of factory because they still got the white dots on them and they're gray. And I know for a fact that that's factory GM. So, but again, he could have had everything done at the dealer. According to the Carfax, it looked like everything was done at the dealer too. So it looks a lot worse because it looks like there's a lot of rust in here from all this red dirt, but it's really not rust, it's just. So this is actually coming out. I'm trying to get this last screw out. I don't want to drop it. I'm gonna pay close attention because the actual coil pack is moving and I don't want it to move in my glove. I see why number 8 pisses people off. Come on, GM, gotta do better than that, guys. I think I got it. All right. So once you get the second one out, coil pack just wants to come right out, so that's easy. That's good for us. All right, comes right out. I'm gonna take it off the, all right, you heard that little pop, pulled that off. All right, so this is the old GM coil. I don't know what's going on here. I don't think I have any dielectric grease to put on here. Sometimes whenever you do this, you want to put a little dielectric grease. I don't think I have any electrical cleaner or anything, because this dirt, I don't know where this guy was driving. He was driving in a lot of dirt. So here's the brand new one. Do a compare and contrast. So same part, same GM. This one ends in 668. This one ends in 351. But as you can see, we are working with GM. Little different design. No, I'm sorry. This goes right here. Not a different design, exactly the same. So that's good all the way around. Plug this buddy right here back in and put her back on top of the spark plug. Let me show you guys over here. I'll try to zoom in as much as possible. There's not really much to see because it's cylinder 8. So it's very difficult to see. I try to get you guys in there. Cylinder 8, you can't really see much. You just kind of see where to bolt it back in, but it's pretty much impossible to get the camera back there. So, but that's it. So I'm gonna go ahead and replace it. All right, so we are back. I'm just gonna put the new one back on. Again, number 8 is extremely difficult. I wish they made it easier, but they don't. All right, heard 2 clicks. I know it's on there. Just be very gentle. Just like this, buddy. I'm gonna try to use one hand, other hand to get my first bolt in. I like to hold it. Okay, this is difficult because it's wanting to fall. There we go, okay. All right, trying to lift this baby up, pull this thing out a little bit. There we go. Threads are the first screw in. It's just in such a weird place. And this is not held up by anything. So if you don't screw it in, it just wants to fall. It's heavy. This feels like 1 pound and it just wants to fall with the wire. Getting this thing back on over it is gonna be difficult. I gotta see. I wonder, can I modify? I probably can modify this. I wouldn't be surprised if they make better ones. The goal is to start it without this plugged in, without this thing on there, and make sure I don't have a cylinder 8 misfire anymore. I'm pretty sure that people are gonna be like, you didn't take the battery cable off and all this other stuff, and I probably should take the negative terminal off and restart it, but I'm just gonna start it up and we'll see what happens. It should learn. I'm gonna use my scan tool. It'll tell me if there's still a cylinder 8 misfire. I'll start it up. I'm sure it's gonna be a rough start anyway. So taking a little break. It's difficult. It's super hot out here today. Texas heat. Luckily, you're able to do this with pretty much your fingers. And because you're not going over the spark plug, it's just sitting flush. So because this isn't going over anything, all it's doing is this. That's it. You're just placing it on there, putting the screws in. That's it. All this is what's going to your spark plug. Okay, so that's the top one's tight. Bottom one, I still got to screw in. Okay, now my ratchet wrench, which is saving my life. It's already on righty-tighty. Righty, you don't got to go crazy tight with these things. Don't over torque it or over tighten it. Just like a spark plug, nice and firm. That's all you're looking for. Nothing crazy. Don't go in there. Perfect. All right, that's all there. They're all lined up. Check your spark plug wire again. Check them all. All right, let me show you guys. Number 8 is done. See if you can see it from here with all the sun in my shot. I can't see. See if we can get any closer. Let's see. So, number 8, try to get you guys, is this one right there. That's number 8, it's in. So now, there we go. Number 8 is right there. So 1, 2, 3, 4, remember, 2, 4, 6, 8. Number 8 is done, we're all set. So I'm gonna clean all this off, go inside, start it up, see how it sounds, and then look at the scanner. Because my scan tool was able to pick up the misfire immediately. It's not, I didn't even have to let it run long. So now I'm gonna move all this stuff out there. You know what? Let me put all this back first, because this will cause a different code, so good catch. This is gonna go like this. Oh, you know what? Let me clean all this out first. I am gonna get a catch can, an oil catch can, but I'm gonna clean all this out first. All right, she's all cleaned up. Now I'm gonna go ahead and throw it back in there. All right, let's remove all of our tools so nothing shakes and falls off. You always wanna make sure that you do that whenever you're working on your car, because Lord knows you go to start the truck or the car, everything falls into the engine bay, and then we've all made that mistake. Let me get my scan tool as well. All right, so let's go in the car. All right, so what's cool about the scan tool, and I'm pretty sure they all work like this, but as soon as you plug it in, even with the car off, it's gonna turn on. Now you need to, right now if I check for codes, obviously nothing's gonna happen. So I'm gonna escape. Right there, it says codes found, none, monitors 3. Gonna back out. I don't know why I forgot to show you guys the cylinder rate misfire in the beginning of the video. I should have did that, but we're just gonna go ahead and start the car now. It is hot. All right, took a little while to start. Understands the hood is open, you can feel it. It's a rough idle. So I wouldn't be surprised if I have to restart the battery. Don't mind that. It is a rough idle. We're gonna let it warm up. We're gonna see if there's any codes already. Hit okay. Cylinder 8 misfire detected. Give it a second. It's starting to wind down. It's gonna have to read. I'll probably restart the battery and then see if anything changes. And again, remember, it could also be that spark plug too, because I really truly believe in my heart of hearts that they did everything and they left number 8 out. So I just changed the coil, which again, I'm not worried about it because this vehicle does have 217,000 miles. I don't know when the last time these coils have been changed. And then also because I could clear this code if I wanted to. It is firing off. It's only finding one code. Cylinder 8 misfire. Oh, you know what? Codes. Oh, ignition coil, primary, secondary circuit. Yep, see? So I like that it shows you that. I already changed the ignition coil. So I'll probably pull the negative battery cable, leave it off for about 15 minutes, and then come back. Sometimes it's still misfiring. So that could still be, even though it's telling me the ignition coil primary and then secondary circuit. So that could be the wire, and that could be the spark plug. I don't know how the hell I just forgot to say spark plug. Yeah, so it's probably wires or spark plug. Again, it is idle and high. It is still getting that code. So I'm gonna see if I can clear that, see if that resets the motor, and then we'll see what happens. All right, guys, sorry, my phone overheated. But as you can see, we are running smooth. So what happened was, I forgot to plug in the damn coil pack. I can't believe I forgot to do that. Oh my God, it's so crazy. So I was calling my man Mike over at Houston DTF Transfers. He's a super mechanic, and he was like, I was reading him the code, because this is the code I kept getting. So if you guys remember, the first code I was getting was cylinder 8 misfire. Now the code I'm getting is ignition coil, primary, secondary circuit, or whatever. So the first code went away. The second code, he was like, yeah, that'll go away. You just gotta clear the code and then drive the truck. So we just been on the phone for like 20 minutes. So I haven't cleared the code yet. I wanted to do that on camera. So I am gonna clear the code. So I'm gonna go to escape, and I'm gonna go to clear OTC or DTC. Boom, erase trouble codes, yes. I think it should. I don't know which one is yes, which one is no. It's not really. I'm just gonna hit okay. Okay, erasing codes, done. Any key to continue. Oh, nope. Let me go back. Command canceled, okay. And then I'm gonna go back to, let's see what happens if I read. No code stored. Okay, press any key. Okay, no, sorry. Escape. Okay, so now I'm gonna actually drive it. And again, it feels way, oh, Oh, that's weird about this car. This thing vibrates in the seat and lets you know if there's anybody even close to you. So it is so much smoother, way smoother. The engine was like this. And then whenever I started it without it plugged in, it was like shaking. I didn't go anywhere. But I was like, what is going on? Why is he doing this? It must be a wire. It must be this. And then when I read Mike the codes, Mike was like, oh, you know what's too cool about this? I'm going to run live data too. So let me go down here to live data. See, now it's a little rough, but it's gonna take a little bit of time. So I'm gonna run some live data. That's what I wanna watch. It feels a little rough. That could be the motor mounts, but it's not going super high or low like the Honda. The Honda, like up high and up low. I mean, it res high and low for the idle whenever you're sitting there. But yeah, once I plugged it in, it took a while to actually plug in. For some reason, it didn't want to just click into the new. But I finally did that. And Mike was like, yeah, don't just, he said, if it doesn't click, then you need to force it to click. Make sure that it clicks. So I did that. And yeah, once I did it, started up the truck, it was so much more smooth. And I was like, Mike, you're a genius. I can't believe that I forgot the damn cord to plug in the connection. I was like, what an idiot. So yeah, she's driving smooth. She always drove smooth. He was like, Carl, you drove it 7 hours home with that, with that bad coil. So don't worry too much. You'll be fine. But he was like, you shouldn't have lost he was like, you shouldn't have lost one code and then you still have the other. And then that's when I realized, oh man, I got to plug this thing in. So he said, just drive it, scan it again. After a while, he said, driving it has to relearn everything. I did take the negative battery cable off for about 10 minutes. So that is something that I did do. I took that off. And then I thought that was it. I was like, oh, I have to restart the computer or whatever, but it still saw the code even though I did the battery cable. So it is gonna have to relearn a lot. It's gonna take a while to do all that, so. But outside of that, I think this is a pretty successful video. That's one thing fixed on the GMC. I'm gonna have to, maybe I'm thinking about making like a whiteboard and checking everything so that you guys can see exactly what I'm doing with the whiteboard. Everything I need to fix is you guys see this big ass crack in the windshield. I need to do that too. Do I need to get some gas? No, I'll be all right. Yeah, this big ass crack in the windshield, need to fix that. And Mike was just telling me about his paint and body guy. There's some scratches and dents I want to fix, but pretty much this is really it. This is all I need to do for this vehicle. Unless something else arises, I do need to change the oil. Oh, the lower ball joints are pretty much shot. I looked underneath there, the lower ball joints on the front. Haven't really checked the rear end. From the maintenance on the Carfax, all the other maintenance items were done. But yeah, Mike was also telling me, hey, Carl, don't go get all 8 coils and all 8. He was like, you don't need to do all that. He was like, if it drove just fine and you only had that one coil issue, yes, the other ones could go bad. But he was like, if it does, just get it. Oh, also too, I'll put a link in the description down below of which coil I got, because if you search it, it'll ask you, it'll be like round coils or flat square coils. It's gonna be the round one. I'm sorry, ignore that. Cut that out, Carl, cut that part out. It's gonna be the square coil, the flat square coil. That's gonna be the right coil that you wanna get for this truck, for this 5.3, because it's not a 6.0, it's a 5.3. There's a flat little, well, they're not little, kind of flat coils. And you just plug in your wire and you're all set. So she's driving smooth. I'm gonna drive, check the next couple of days, keep checking to see if I get any more codes, but see if she vibrates or shakes whenever I come to a stop. That's gonna be it for this video, guys. I appreciate it. Remember, carlsgarage.com, carls-garage.com. Check it out. Head on over there if you have a Kia or a Hyundai, or if you just wanna learn how to flip cars. Again, we are putting our money where our mouth is. We are flipping cars, probably the Honda first. I really like this thing, so I'm definitely gonna mint it out and have it ready to flip if I need to, but I'm probably gonna keep it unless I can flip it and get something, bigger and cash. I wanna pay cash, so I don't want a $30,000, $40,000 truck or something nice. I do still want a truck, but Chelly's like, no, we need an SUV. So who knows what the next thing will be. I'm definitely gonna fix these up though and show you guys. Also, I'll do another video. A lot of people really hit me up about those 2 videos I did going to the auction websites and showing you guys how to get a cheap Kia. find out if it has the KSDS on it, and then getting a familiar relationship with your local dealership, and then letting them know, hey, okay, we need to replace this motor. Go ahead, sign me up for the KSDS, and this way, if the motor goes out, you guys don't give me any troubles. Because once you can do that, you can even sell the car for a higher premium, because that customer will know, okay, if anything goes wrong with this car, I can just get a new engine. So what is a $2,500 car marketplace? If the person doesn't know about the KSDS, you can charge $5,000. Still the same issues, but if the car is the KSDS because you did all the paperwork and you already have a relationship with the dealership, then it doesn't matter who owns that car's engine has to get replaced because of the VIN number. So that's gonna be it for this video, guys. Stay tuned for the next one.